Welcome to the realm of Millenia. Be man, woman, child, a spirit, creature, or a demon. Be ye a native migrator, or maybe some sort of invader into the realm. Welcome, for I am your host, the Millennium Mailman, here today, bringing you guys and gals and other self-identifying pals the news and information from the realm of Millenia here, and I am just going to be here world building for you long after you have already begun to acclimate and fit in. So go ahead, sit back, relax, and enjoy this Tourism Tuesday. Tourism Tuesday is all about bringing you directly stuff that ties into the book, right? And today I'm going to be tying in just how diverse I am with the realm, right? There are so many light novels on Huasha and manguas and stuff, so got one of the things I did to better diversify was not make the whole realm of Millenia American based, and decided that kind of like America decided to do with New Mexico. I said no, all of the realm of Millenia is definitely not American, ignore that, right? But there is a particular city in the realm of Millenia, New Little America, right? No, not America. That might get me copyrighted 100 years down the line or something. No. Murka. Just Murka. Right, in the realm of Millenia, there is the city-like territory of Murka. And because it is just Murka with a U-R on it, in case you were wondering about the spelling, which has gone through so many changes, it might do one more change before you see it in the official book. Murka is the land, and it starts like that. When you want to talk about Murka, guess what? You'll, instead of putting A-N as an an, like when you want to talk about an American, no, it's just a Murkin, right? A Murkin. You know what I did with the little fanatics there, right? Oh, that's just American. That's just American. Oh, that over there, that's American. American. That's American over there. That's American. That's a American. So instead of it being like a American, it's just a American. That's the American territories. That's the American territories. But I try to avoid saying the as much as possible, and the only people who really say the are the people who stutter and like because when you do that, you're bound to say American. That's the Murkins, right? And that's the way I choose, because it is kind of a dumb thing. America is a bit lower on the educational totem pole, despite a lot of Americans having some of the highest educational attainments around the globe. A lot of skilled laborers and stuff having the best skills around the globe. Not on average, but just being able to rank up in the top. But the average American is rather subpar in skills or subpar in literature, unfortunately, in many aspects. But because one of the things bringing the American nationwide average up a bit is just because of how many people from state to state top the charts, right? The low-bearing few are the low-bearing few, just bringing down the whole average a lot. But the top of the top, if you are there, you are definitely hauling butt for the sake of the American reputation. Although the loudest few, they sure aren't the smartest few, and the whole world knows it, no matter how much you care to hide it, right? But I digress. In the realm of Millenia, I do have a city territory that is directly identified as Murka, and anyone who lives there is Murkin, right? A Murkin, Birkin bag, right? So with that, it's just the way it is, and one of the greater aspects of America, I would like to say. Do not confuse me with saying or screaming and chanting MAGA, make America great. No. Just identifying one of the greater aspects to the rich land of America in reality is one, the diversity, and two, the fact that I want to say partly the American dream, but at the same time, the devil's advocate has a thing or two to say about how the American dream is not what many people really truly think it is, just because of what has been normalized and repeated and regurgitated without understanding, right? Because freedom has never been free. Freedom, the price of freedom, the price of peace has always borne a costly of cost, right? And the price of freedom, as I would say from the devil's advocate perspective, is definitely that freedom is never free for me. It is free for everyone who comes after, right? The price of freedom, if you want freedom because you currently don't got it, you are going to die on the hill of not having freedom. But the benefit of you dying on that hill is everyone who comes after you will be able to have some semblance of freedom, because where you allow yourself to stand and fall is going to be the border that everyone who is coming after you can kind of rally behind and stand the fort. And now I can very clearly identify, even from the devil's advocate perspective, that that's immediately going to be taken down as martyrdom and under a lot of guises of heroisms. But if we're being super realistic, there is no marker of many freedoms that come without a cost. And the cost of a lot of what I'm trying to write in the Realm of Millenia is life, right? Where in the real world there are other nuances and stuff, but at the same time, if the cost of freedom wasn't a life somewhere in the process, then there wouldn't be the need for soldiers or war or fights that make it past debate and discussion to begin with. The price of freedom is life, right? Because the moment anyone tolerates and allows there to be a lack thereof freedom, someone's going to have that hill that they're going to die on. It can be you or it's going to be someone else, right? So the cost of freedom is life in another state, and American is going to be the first to tell you that's exactly that in the Realm of Millenia book that I'm making. It's going to be an American that's going to be the first to tell you all about that, because freedom itself is a privilege. It's not necessarily a right, much like the U.S. Constitution is going to articulate it for the Americans. But in the realm of Millenia, it is a very diverse concept and a very unique perspective that, hey, freedom isn't free for me. Freedom is only free for those who come after. You have to fight for freedom is the Murkin way. in the Realm of Millenia. You have to fight for it, right? And if you don't have to fight for the freedom you have, then the question is, do you even know the people who died or gave their life or sacrificed something of some grand importance so that you could have that freedom? Because freedom isn't free for you if you never suffered for it. It's only free for you if someone before you suffered in order to gain it for you. If you never had to pay a cost for your freedom, that means someone else paid the price, right? That sounds a bit too close and personal to the Christian and Jewish faith, so I don't like wording it like that, weirdly enough, but if that better helps you understand, right? So in the Christian faith, Jesus died so that the Holy Bible version of God could... Stop it! I'm gonna take that tablet away from you, buddy. You shouldn't even have it right now. Hush! Christian faith says something about the Jesus dying for your sins so that you could blah 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 blah. Yep, truly a devil's advocate here. I start talking about the Bible and I immediately get interruptions. Thank you for the interruptions. So we're going to breeze past that stance right there and just go back to the main conversation here for today's video. The Murkin people, right? Where they're in the Murkin belief. And of course you go quiet down right when I get back on topic. I want to beat them up for ruining it. I want to beat both of them up. But I won't. Please don't call CPS on me. I'll never beat the allegations. But yes, the American people, the Murkins, the Murkins out there, the Americans in the realm of Millenia. All of the Americans here believe that freedom isn't free for themselves. And anything they want, they have to pretty much go and take it. You know, that general pursuit of happiness, you know. You have to struggle for it. If you want something, you got to go take it for yourself and make it yours. Because nothing's just going to be handed to you on a silver platter. That's not reality there. You need to screw your head on properly because you are seeing things backwards and mixed up that aren't really there. You are hoping for something that don't really exist. You need to figure yourself out and get your life in order. Trying to wait on this perspective that's just not ever going to happen for you. I'm sorry to be the one to have to tell you, boss, but that's freedom ain't free. I feel like that's a good thing I can probably expound on in a devil's advocate hot take, but that for now it's just in relation to the Realm of Millenia, the American people, because there is American people I have, and this video is getting long enough as they whine and dilly-dallow in the background. What do you want?